If you want to level up your e-com store in the next 30 days and make more money, I'm going to tell you exactly how. When it comes to Google Ads, the key to Google Ads is prioritizing what we call low-hanging fruit. That's going to be the types of traffic that's going to be the highest chance of probability of succeeding. So whenever we have a client coming on, no matter if they're a huge client, small client, whatever they are, we're always starting out with the initial launch, 3 main campaigns. The first campaign is going to be a classic PPC search ad campaign going after longer tail keywords that are very direct to high buying intent based off what they're trying to sell. So for example, if somebody's selling a supplement around calcium, we want to start targeting people precisely looking for that calcium type supplement, not necessarily a different brand, but more so the intention behind looking for an exact supplement, which means they know what they want. They know exactly behind what drives what they want, and they just really want to find somewhere to buy it. And then you're just selling somebody who's intentional on buying that product that's going to get to your brand, and then you can compel them to convert. So very, very important. When you do this type of campaign, you're only going to want to go after the keywords that are high intent, longer tail keywords that are directly around people looking for the exact type of product you're selling, just not necessarily your product or another competitor's product, more so around that product. And that's going to allow you to get the proof of concept black and white, whether or not your product will convert with the best possible traffic that Google search has to offer. The next is going to be pretty simple. So this is going to be a branded campaign. When it comes to e-com, there is no question that it's highly competitive, especially when so many different stores have very similar products and sometimes the same products, right? So in some cases, you can get away with not protecting your own branded traffic, but in most cases, the cost of bidding on your branded traffic is going to be lower than the cost of products that you would lose sale-wise if you didn't protect it, because there's going to be a lot of other stores and products showing up when people search for your terms. So very important. It's going to be a minority of your budget. You're not going to, want to spend all your money on this, but you will want to make sure that you are protecting the best possible traffic, which in most cases is going to be your branded low funnel traffic. Number 3 is going to be a PMAX campaign. If you're not too familiar with PMAX, PMAX is Google's multi-channel campaign type. It's very algorithm based. Instead of ranking on something like search, display, YouTube all separately, within this one campaign type, you're going to give it all assets it needs for each of those different platforms. And then it's going to rotate through them to go after the best possible traffic with the best possible creatives that you've given it. And it'll rotate through and have a really good idea on what's going to work behind the scenes, not so much you telling what's going to work. So when it comes to PMAX, we usually see with a successful client launch, it'll generally pull in about 50% of the revenue coming into the store from Google Ads. The key to a PMAX is you have to always assume that portion of the traffic it goes after is going to be warm traffic, because PMAX is a high to low funnel type of campaign type, which means it's going to target completely cold traffic, and it's also going to go full circle and then go after the warm traffic too. So at some point you will exhaust the amount of warm traffic you can go after, and that's when it'll scale purely into cold. But it is what we consider a necessary part of the process to feed it the right data with that warm traffic. A quick reminder, if you're going to run a PMAX campaigns, the success is really behind the market size and then also your product viability and the content and creatives you put within that product. So if you're going to run a PMAX, make sure not to be lazy. Use all creatives you could possibly use as long as they make sense, and stack the asset groups. That way Google has different assets it can constantly cycle through, figure out what works the best. So when it comes to launching, these 3 campaigns are always going to be a very no-brainer launch, because it'll show you black and white how well your products are going to do on the platform. And then from there, you can start building into different types of keywords, different types of audiences. You can test YouTube, whatever it is. But if you cannot convert these 3 campaigns first, you're not going to have much luck with these other different types of tests that you can run that are going to be a little higher risk. So if you'd like to learn more, or you want any questions answered about this topic, feel free to drop a comment below. I'll answer it personally. Also, make sure to check out our socials where we post every day really good tips on how to scale your Google Ads. Thanks for watching.